Good day, class. Today we're going to study quadrilaterals, but we're not just going to name shapes here. We're going to learn how to prove what a shape is. And that's our lesson for today. The big question sa ating topic is, how do you know? Paano mo nasabi na yan ay isang quadrilateral? So, minsan, you look at it and try to name it. Pero ngayong araw na to, ang gagawin natin, we will go deeper. We want to identify ano ba yung properties and also the proving part. Kailangan natin i-prove yun. Bakit yun ba talaga yung shape na yun? O bakit siya quadrilateral? So that's something that we will study today. Because our target or our goal today is to classify quadrilaterals. Define natin muna. Ano ba yung mga common quadrilaterals? Identify natin their defining properties. Classify natin what are the properties and justify our classification. And then explain right after the hierarchy of the quadrilateral. So before we introduce a formal definition, draw any quadrilateral you can think of. Don't worry, hindi tayo perfect dito, pero any quadrilateral na maisip po ninyo na may apat lang na sides, apat na vertices, at apat na angles. You know what? Bakit kaya? Because quadrilateral has label. Okay? Quadrilateral A, B, C, D is the name of our quadrilateral here. Okay? Papangalanan natin siya as A, B, C, and D. The next thing that we need to do is to find what are the vertices. The vertices are A, B, C, and D. And these are the line segments or yung sides. We have line segment AB, we have line segment BC, line segment CD, and line segment DA. Okay? So after that, we're going to identify the angles. We have angle A or measurement angle A, B, angle C, and angle D. You know what? Kapag meron kang ganyan, masasabi natin na yan ay isang quadrilateral. Bakit? The definition of quadrilateral is very simple. Ang quadrilateral is a four-sided polygon. It means meron kang sides na apat, angles, vertices na apat, and angles na apat. Pag na-satisfy niyo yung condition, ibig sabihin, that's a type of quadrilateral. So, here, ang gagawin natin sa activity na to, we're going to sort the shapes. Given the shapes here, I want you um, to think or draw yung something in common nila. For example, sino-sino ba dito may equal sides? Sino-sino ba dito sa shape na to yung may parallel sides? Right angles naman, adjacent or equal sides, and similar appearance. Okay, I want you to draw it no, in your notebook and feel free to pause this video to do this activity. Identify mo lang, ito yung mga possible clues, ano yung something in common sa kanila. Okay, so we move on and now look at this collection, for example, of quadrilaterals. Ang gagawin natin dito, hindi mo natin papangalanan, no? Identify natin yung sides, yung angles, parallel lines, and congruent parts. Okay? So what property or what rule did you use? Okay? So these are the properties, the rule na pwede natin gamitin. So, first, ang gawin natin siguro, suppose I rotate this shape. So, may tanong ako sa inyo, is it the same? So, nirotate lang natin. Does the classification change? Absolutely not. Why? Because the defining properties remain. So, kahit rotate mo yan, hindi naman magbabago yung classification niya eh. Kasi yung properties niya ay parehas pa lang din. Or parehas din. So, this is an example. Rotate natin siya. Walang nagbago. So, our first major principle is very simple. Mathematical classification depends on the properties, not position or orientation. So, kailangan alam natin yung properties ng isang quadrilateral. So, let's start with the largest family ng quadrilateral. So, the largest family here is a polygon with four sides. Itong unang quadrilateral is parallelogram. So let's make our first specific classification. The parallelogram, it is a quadrilateral with two pairs of opposite sides. Parallel dapat yun. Okay? So ito ay uri ng quadrilateral na yung opposite sides niya, yung dalawang pair, ay parallel. Okay? So for ABCD, AB, this is the line segment. So let's highlight this one. This is the line segment. Okay? AB is parallel to line segment CD. As you can see, meron naman markings dyan. Makikita natin na, yeah, they are parallel. Okay? So, another one is the line segment AD. Siguro like natin ng tatlo na lang siguro para magkaiba, no? The line segment AD is parallel to line segment BC. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, they are parallel. Now, another one is, pag sinabing parallel, that is a parallelogram. Another one is the rectangle. It has the parallelogram condition plus the four right angles. So dito, ang sinasabi lang dito, meron siyang properties ng parallelogram. Okay? Parallel din yung kanilang sides, two sides or pair of sides are parallel. Pero ang dinagdag dito sa properties na to, may apat na right angles. Yung measurement angle A is the same as measurement angle B, same lang sa C, same lang sa D. And they're equal sa 90 degrees. Ibig sabihin, meron tayong apat na right angles na pare-parehas sa mga angles nila. So, the next one is a rhombus. Isang uri ng parallelogram na pag pinag-add yung four congruent sides, matatawag natin na yan ay rhombus. Teka Sir Ice, ano nga ba yung congruent? That's the fancy way or ibang salita sa equal. Okay? Ibig sabihin yung mga markings na to, pare-parehas yan. Parang square, di ba? Pero may properties siya ng parallelogram. Ibig sabihin din, yung dalawang opposite side din niya ay parallel. Okay? So therefore, yung line segment AB at yung side ng BC, yung side ng CD at side ng DA ay pare-pareho or equal daw po sila. So that's a rhombus. So ang rhombus ay hindi natin pwedeng tawagin na square kahit na pare-parehas yung side nila. Sabi ko kanina, di ba? Because yung apat na congruent sides, hindi yan mag-guarantee na may apat na right angles. Okay? Absolutely not. So kagaya ng rhombus, tignan nyo naman yung angles niya, hindi pare-parehas. So ibig sabihin, ito yung mga angles niya, not the same, though they have the same congruent sides. Therefore, this one is an example of rhombus. Ano nga ba yung square? Yung square ay very special. May apat na congruent side, pero pang-apat na right angles. So, ibig sabihin lang nun, yung mga sides niya ay pare-parehas din or equal. Tapos, yung mga measurement niya, parang rectangle. Equal daw sa 90 degrees. Okay? So, here we have another one, the trapezoid. Yung trapezoid kasi, ang sinasabi lang dyan, unlike nung parallelogram, ito isang pair lang yung parallel sides niya. For example, itong image na to. Si line segment AB, this line segment, is parallel lang kay line segment CD. Sabihin, hindi sila mag-meet. Okay? Now we proceed sa kite. Ang kite kasi, yung dalawang pairs ng adjacent congruent are adjacent sides are congruent. Ibig sabihin, yung magkatabing sides ay dapat parehas. So, ibig sabihin lang nun, pag sinabing adjacent sa Tagalog, yan ay magkatabi, di ba? So, yung line segment AB is the same as line segment AC. So, magkatabi silang side, no? Another one, the line segment BD, okay, is the same as line segment CD. Okay? So they are congruent. So that is a kite. Two pairs of adjacent, magkatabi, congruent sides. So here we have our learning experience. So we build now the hierarchy. First, ang kanilang mga magulang ay si quadrilateral at nanganak ng tatlo. Meron tayong parallelogram, trapezoid, at kite. Okay? Si parallelogram, meron din siyang family. Ang family niya ay sina rectangle, si rhombus, at si square. Ganun din naman si square. Pero may tanong ako sa inyo, why is square both? Si square kasi pwede siyang maging rectangle. Pwede rin siyang maging rhombus. Okay? So, four right angles is rectangle kasi nga meron siyang characteristic nun. Ganun din, meron din siyang characteristic ni rhombus. So, here we also have a hierarchy rule, more condition, gaya nito, dapat more specific and then more properties tayo Like for example, ang quadrilateral, under siya ng si square under siya ng rectangle, under rin siya ng parallelogram, at ang pinakamagulang nila is quadrilateral. Okay, so this is the complete hierarchy. Yung quadrilaterals, under niya si parallelogram, trapezoid, at kite. At si parallelogram, under siya ni rectangle, rhombus, at square. So, here is the first board work example natin. So, given the quadrilateral MNOP with an angle of 70 degrees, what we're going to do is, test natin yan. Ano nga ba yung tamang pangalan niya? Okay? So, yun ang hahanapin natin. Anong uri siya ng quadrilateral? Classify natin yon. Alam natin na ang MN dito ay parallel sa OP or PO. Si NO naman, si NO, of course, parallel din sa PM or MP. Now, alam din natin na ang MN is equal to NO is equal to OP, and then lahat ng size niya dapat daw 8 cm. So, the measurement angle M, ang given dyan is 70 degrees. I think this is or these are the given sa quadrilateral na to. Pero, wag tayo mag-judge muna o magpangalan muna kasi hindi nga natin alam pa kung anong uri siya ng quadrilateral. Basta ito yung mga information na kailangan mong tandaan. Na ang sides daw niya, lahat ng sides ay 8 cm daw. Tapos yung kanilang sides, opposite sides are parallel at meron tayong angle dito na 70 degrees. Yan lang yung given natin. So patunayan natin anong uri siya ng quadrilateral. Alam ko may naiisip na kayo, pero tignan natin. So hanapin natin yung most specific classification. Unang test, yan ba ay parallelogram? So sa parallelogram kasi dapat opposite sides are parallel, which is nagawa naman natin. Tama? Na-define naman natin siya, na-satisfy naman yung definition. Kasi yung opposite sides niya are parallel. Pero M and OP, we all know na yan ay parallelogram. So okay na tayo dyan. So anong uri siya ng parallelogram ngayon? Yung test 2 and 3 natin. Yan ba yung rectangle? So sa rectangle kasi, dapat yung apat na angles ay right angle. So ibig sabihin dapat 90. Dito pa lang nakita na natin na ang measurement angle M natin is 70. So hindi siya 90. Ibig sabihin hindi yan rectangle. Ano pa? So rhombus kaya yan? Sa rhombus kasi kailangan na requirement apat na congruent sides eh. So dito, yung sides natin dito, mali lang yung mga labeling natin, pero si MN, si NO, si OP, si PM, dapat daw 8 cm, di ba? Yan ang given kanina, kung babalikan natin, kung nasulat ninyo. So, ibig sabihin, si rhombus, na-satisfy niya yung condition na lahat daw ng sides ay 8 cm. Okay, so, minakuha na tayo, parallelogram, tapos yung pangalawa, rhombus siya. So, ngayon, test naman natin, yan ba square? Dapat ang sa square kasi, congruent sides na apat parehas, di ba? Oo, tama. Pero yung apat na right angle, satisfy ba? Definitely not. Kasi yung angle natin dito is 70. Hindi rin pwede si square. Kasi hindi naman right angle yung angle dito. So, ano pa? Try naman natin yung trapezoid. Sa trapezoid, one pair of parallel sides. Kanina, di ba, yung MNOP natin, dalawang pairs ay parallel sides. So, hindi na trapezoid. Yung kite kaya, hindi rin, syempre. Not classified as kite in the task hierarchy. Bakit? Hindi naman yung adjacent niya parehas eh. So, ibig sabihin, not a kite din itong shape natin. So, ang final natin, yung MNOP, is most specifically a parallelogram, pero na-classify natin siya as rhombus. Okay? Kasi pare-parehas yung yung kanyang sides at meron siyang angle na 70. Hindi 90. Kung 90 yan, sana square sana yan. That is a rhombus. Okay? So, paano natin nalaman yon? Of course, una, dinefine natin. Ano-ano ba yung definition kanina? Sa given natin, pare-parehas daw yung sides. 'Di ba? Ang sides natin kanina is 8 cm at may angle na measurement angle M na 70. Next, na-identify natin ang properties. Ang properties, four congruent sides, not 90 degrees. Di ba? So, evidence natin, so mali lang yung drawing ko dito, pero as you can see, na-drawing naman natin siya ng maayos. And the conclusion, that is a rhombus, not a square. Okay, ayusin ko na nga. So, that is a rhombus. So, dapat pare-parehas yung kanilang sides at dapat itong measurement angle na to ay 70. Okay? So, further instruction, ano ba ang rhombus or yung mga shapes na to sa next lesson, pag-aaralan natin yung kanya-kanyang properties. But just to give you an idea sa mga parts ng parallelogram or quadrilateral, yun, yung mga pinakita ko sa inyo. So, ganun tayo mag-iisip. Hindi tayo basta-basta mag-judge kung yan ba ay isang square, yan ba ay isang rectangle. Hindi natin gagawin yun sa subject natin. Subject natin, kailangan alam natin yung properties kung kailan ba magiging quadrilateral or uri ng quadrilateral yung bagay or yung shape na yon. Okay? So, this is a group challenge. Meron akong card dito. And then sa card na to, I want you to find the classification, the properties, the evidence, and the conclusion. Pero sa classroom na lang natin to gagawin. So, exit ticket na lang natin. I want you to type sa ating comment section ano ba yung natutunan natin. Pero siguro kung alam niyo yung sagot dito, can a kite also be a parallelogram? What do you think? So, I want you to leave your comments sa ating comment section. Okay? And I want you to explain your reasoning. So go ahead and search for the answers. And then our final takeaway in our lesson, don't just look. You have to prove. You have to define. You have to find what the property is applicable to the shapes. You have to find evidence and you have to conclude. That's the process mathematically. Okay? Na kailangan natin sanayin sa subject natin na math. So that's it. That's our lesson for today. Thank you for listening, students. See you sa ating classroom. Mag-ingat kayo palagi. Malakas ang ulan. I hope nakakasabay tayo sa mga lessons na pinag-aaralan natin. So, and the little ways na makakatulong ako sa inyo para hindi tayo mahuli. So, I made this video. And thank you for listening. Hanggang sa muli. See you sa ating classroom.